Just a few weeks away, the people of Edo State will elect a new governor as the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, conducts the state's off-cycle governorship poll. According to INEC, about 17 candidates are in the guber race. In the last 3 months, the candidates have been transversing every local government area of the state to sell their mandate to indigenes. There is every indication that the election will be a test of might among the People's Democratic Party, motivated by the incumbency weight of the governor, the All Progressives Congress, propelled by the Adams Oshiomhole influence and the federal might, and also the Labour Party under the propelling force of the Peter Obi wave. Well, my guest tonight to discuss this are Olu Martins is the Deputy DG, Media and Publicity, Asue Ogieva, People's Democratic Party Campaign Management Council for Edo State, and also Dr. Larry Ogieva is the former Commissioner for Arts and Culture in Edo State. Both are joining me virtually. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having us, here.
All right. Let me start off with you, Mr. Martins. Now, of course, that we understand that a recent development, the appeal court has actually sitting in Abuja on Monday actually did set aside a judgment delivered by Justice Inyang Eko of the Federal High Court that ordered the People's Democratic Party to allow the participation of excluded 378 ad hoc delegates in its primaries. We know this was initially an issue. My question to you is this, your immediate reaction, and is all well within the People's Democratic Party of Edo State?
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Dapo, especially at this very crucial time. You see, I laughed because I thought that your question, the answer to your question, was already inside your question. We had made it abundantly clear initially when Justice Eko initially issued that judgment. We had said that it was an academic judgment because there are a plethora of cases and precedents cited which are part of our laws now because they are the pronouncement of the Supreme Court, wherein it has said, among several issues, that except you are a participant, you participated in a primary, you don't have the low cost to question the processes of that primary. Furthermore, the Electoral Act has made us know that as far as the process of emerging a candidate is concerned, it is the internal activities of a political party. In other words, a political party is saddled with the responsibility of the processes of finding who their candidate is. So, of course, all had been well with the PDP before now, because we are told them when they were laughing that it was sunset at noon and that it was going to be sunrise at last. Because if a lower court makes a pronouncement, it is not yet uhuru until perhaps it even gets to the Supreme Court. But the appeal court didn't just make a pronouncement on this matter. There are 5 cases that the appeal court made pronouncements on, many of which that we were appellants, and in all of those cases, the appeal court decided them in favor of the People's Democratic Party. It's all well with the PDP. Absolutely. Candid ways, there wasn't restiveness ab initio. There's still no restiveness ab initio, because we have predicted that this was going to be the outcome, of the appeal court. So there are no backdoors to us at the day. By the pronouncement of the appeal court, clearly, anybody who wants to be governor of Edo State, there will be no shortcut. You have to campaign to the people. You have to sell your manifesto, and you have to convince them that you have the requirements, that you have the capacity, the capability, and the credibility to lead Edo people. And now that the plethora of cases have been set aside, everybody, the PDP is set to trudge on with the campaign. And we hope that the opposition will stop hiding on the technicalities of a court process and come out and tell the people what they have for the people. No shortcut to Osadebe Avenue, no backdoor to Osadebe Avenue. You don't strengthen the weak by weakening the strong. It's a contestation, and we're all going to go there chested out
Okay.
with our best foot forward, campaigning to the people. So for us, we're not ruffled.
I mean, the reason why, Mr. Martins, the reason why I posed that question to you is because we know that, initially there were a bit of issues at the primary level, right? I mean, concerning the eventual emergence of Asue Godalu as the flag bearer for the party, and that's why I asked if
there were
well
no issues
within the PDP in Edo State.
No, there were no issues. Fortunately, the primary was beamed live by sister stations of yours, and I probably also know that your station would have been on ground. Those who wanted to make issues out of it were the ones who wanted to make a mountain out of a molehill. Elections are a contestation. Democracy is a marriage point, interaction between crisis and consensus. Some people just wanted to make a mountain out of it and create the impression that, we had issues within the People's Democratic Party.
Are these people, are they members of the party? Just for clarity, please. Are these people, are they members of the party, or are they moles planted within the party?
It is immaterial whether they are members.
No, I mean, just for clarity.
No, that's what I'm saying, that it is immaterial. Some of them were members of the party when these issues were under debate, all right? And many of them, a couple of them have now left, the party, and they have joined, the other party. So you'll be thinking that they shouldn't bother about what is happening within the party. That's why I say it is immaterial whether they are members of the party or not. Latin says, ubi gis, ibi remedy. When there's a wrong, there is a remedy. People have a right to go to court if they feel that they have been sidelined. And if there's the judgment of a lower court, the people who are not satisfied with the judgment of the lower court also have a right of appeal. It's not yet Uhuru yet. So I can tell you that whether they are inside or not, is that the electoral law is clear as to who can question a primary. And it's unambiguous. If you didn't participate in the primaries,
let me leave you for a moment.
An aspirant as far as the primaries, you don't have the locus to speak on it, and that's what the appeal court has done. You are described as a meddlesome interloper.
All right, let me leave you for a moment, Mr. Martin. Let me go to Dr. Ogieva on this one. Now, Dr. Ogieva, I would like to also get your reaction on this, and particularly what your observation is so far as regards the political landscape in Edo State ahead of the global polls.
Thank you very much, Jaco. It is, absurd to see politicians trying to play victim when they lose. The case they went to court for has already been decided in 2023. In the National Assembly election of President in Edo, that the delegates have no right to question the outcome of the primaries. Therefore, it was an exercise in futility that they decided to go to court to create an atmosphere of prosperity, an atmosphere of preparing grounds for maybe, because they are always they are always screaming, they have the federal mind, they have the judiciary, and so on and so forth. So whatever happens, they are going to remove the PDP candidate, whichever way it is. And if they fail, they will try as much as possible to rig the election in favor of their candidate. Well, that is not going to happen in Edo. I can assure you that. The truth of the matter is this: Edo State has always been a PDP state. Edo State has never lost. PDP has never lost elections in Edo. It is the facts are there. Therefore, whoever thinks that they can bring a mediocre Edo people are intelligent people. Edo people are smart people. Edo people can dissect between good and evil. We are Benin and we are Edo people. So we cannot and it will not happen that you present a candidate that cannot articulate himself, a candidate that cannot, present himself to the electorate. It is Nigeria, for God's sake. Tomorrow is our children's talk. Is this how we are going to continuously perpetuate legitimacy? Is this how we are going to teach our children that education matters? Is this how we are going to tell our children that democracy is a game of level playing field? So Edo State as a stand politically is in very good hands. Edo State as a stand is PDP. Therefore, whoever thinks that they can go through the back door to get to Sadebe Avenue are just wasting their time. We have seen all this before. It's only those who have not really covered stuff in the politics that don't know what is already playing out. You see, somebody that knows what he or she is doing, a party that knows they can win an election, you don't have to go through this process. Send a check to the public. Send a manifesto to the electorate. Instead of hiding behind legality and courts to get sent to the back door, through the shortcut. So, for me, the political situation at Edo and Edo is very stable, and we are very certain and very sure that we will win this election come September 21st. That I can assure you that for. It's not going to be magic. The fact is this. Like I said, the Edo people are not. They are not. They decide between good and bad. The fact is this. And Nigeria is going to turmoil today. Nigeria is sitting at the precipice. And economically, it's not. Nigeria economically has been portrayed with the bottomless pit. We are all seeing this. People are hungry. People are suffering. I just go to my village. In those days as a kid, when I used to go to my village, they look robust and well fed. So today, the Edo electorate are wiser. They are wiser.
Dr. Ogieva.
Yes.
Dr. Ogieva, I'm sorry, I might just need to leave you for a moment. Let me go back to Mr. Martins. I mean, you're trying to give some sort of preamble to the political landscape, in Edo State, and but we get that. My next question to Dr. Martins is this: now, there are concerns ahead of this poll, particularly security concerns, as regards the smooth running. I would like you to react to those concerns. Should the people of Edo State be worried as regards the security, particularly of lives and properties during this particular election?
Election is a multi-sectoral process. You have the independent National Electoral Commission, the umpire. You have a police that is, and all of the ancillaries, the sister organizations that work with the police that make what we call our security architecture. Then you have the political parties, and then you have the voters. That's how it is. So usually, my father used to tell me that when we are small, it's when you are small that you'll be afraid of a masquerade. When you grow old, you realize that it's your elder brother that is inside. Because we're all in the room when you wore the cloth of the masquerade. I said all of that to say that those who want to, perpetuate heinous agenda always like to precipitate danger, to create the impression that the election is going to be, if you like to put it that way, a rough one. We are confident that the Nigerian police is a professional Nigerian police that will carry out their duties without fear or favor, because it's the Nigerian police. It's not the police of any political party, all right? And it was Ojukwu that said, the death of every Nigerian affects me because I'm a Nigerian, I'm involved. The Nigerian police are Nigerians, they're not Tokonese. So for us in the, PDP, we have heard all of the rantings and a lot of, fear-mongering of the opposition APC. They will use the federal might, they will use this, they will use that. And like my brother did say, the Edo people are not people that can be easily conquered. We have a history of resisting any form of external conquest or aggression. So we can let people know that these are antics to ensure that people do not come out. Because if you don't get people to come out, then you have the opportunity to manipulate the process. But if you have people who come out to vote in an election and who are determined that this is the party that they want to vote for, and they go out and vote for it, there isn't anything anybody can do about it. We are going about our campaigns as a party, and we are networking with the people. We are advertising our candidate. We are speaking, to the manifesto, and the people are believing us. They agree with us that our party, the PDP, and its candidate, Dr. Godalo, is the best man for the job, and is the man that they are willing to and ready to vote for on September 21st.
Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Martin. Here, I mean, talking about confidence in the process. I mean, the Independent National Electoral Commission, talking about INEC here, has said that it is ready for the Guber polls, and that, of course, we know that about 2 million plus, have registered to vote. My question to you is this: are you confident in the process?
We so far, INEC has met all of the timelines. Last week, we were at the INEC office with our state party chairman to collect the updated voters register. So on the side of INEC, we have not had too many concerns because it's a human process. I will not, and it may not be 100%. Perhaps we need to implore INEC, especially as the collection of PVCs, as it terminated, as it has been going on, and in other processes, there's a need, first of all, to recruit individuals that do not have any affiliations with any of the political parties. But I can tell you that so far, INEC on their own part has not given us a cause for concern. We've had a few concerns, with regards to the security, operative, because we have had instances where our members have been picked up without notice, in certain cases without traces. We have written petitions to the police command.
I'm sorry, I'm going to stay with you on that. You said some of your members. You said some of your members have been picked up without traces.
Yes.
Please, will you be specific? If at all, these members, give us more details on that.
The councillor, there's a councillor in Ward 10, all right, who was picked up about 3 weeks ago. There are some other individuals who were picked up, about, a month ago. And I can tell you that about 2 months ago, I had an ordeal with the Nigerian police. There were statements that they said that I made, and before you know what was happening, in a few days, where I was seated having a meeting with some of our party faithfuls, a detachment of 20 police were, swarmed the place, and almost took me in a Gestapo manner, if not for the interventions of senior party members and other people who made sure that that media trial didn't work. However, is that the chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Jared Tenede, had made statement in public that also went viral that he was going to ask people to stone the governor of the state. We didn't think that was incitement. We thought that was insurrection. Like we petitioned the Nigerian police. In my own instance, there was no petition, but I was arrested and I was taken to court the same day. We have petitioned the Nigerian police. We have petitioned the DSS over the statement that was on video credited to the APC, chairman, and nothing has been done, about it as far as we are concerned. So we have a few, challenges. Unfortunately, when we met with the new commissioner of police, Edwin Nimo, we registered some of those instances because we had also addressed a press conference that some rogue police officers from Abuja had been deployed from the intelligent, response team, and they were going.
From everything you're saying, from all of the scenarios you've given, that seems to pose some sort of security concern. So are you confident? As regards the security, arrangements, ahead of the polls. I pose that question to you again.
All that evil needs to triumph is for good men to be quiet in the periods of violence and moral decadence. Fortunately, we also have an active fourth realm of the estate. We have the media, because the actions and inactions of those in positions of authority can only be perpetuated if they are in secrecy. We have had fantastic collaboration, fantastic understanding, fantastic networking with the media outlets, because eternal vigilance is what you pay for freedom. And we must thank stations like us who have helped in deepening democracy by bringing the actions and inactions of all the organs of what constitute what you call Nigeria to the public space. As we speak to you, because we have cried out and the media has helped to amplify our voice. We're already noticing that the onslaught initially that these rogue police officers, and we mentioned their names,
please,
in public.
You may choose to mention the names.
We mention their names in public.
You may choose to mention the names if you want. Please.
I know there is a CSP Ibrahim. Whether it was Ibrahim Mustafa, there's an Ejodame that came, also known as Citadel, that we know that is from Uromi, and I can't remember the third guy. We even had their locations that we gave to people. That is the hotel, that they were staying in, and we made all of those allegations because we understand that democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And as long as we have a free press collaborating with the stakeholders of democracy, nobody can be held against his will. We are hoping that the security agents, we are just read on your news reel now before you started, that the NIA has been changed, the DSS, had also been changed. And so we are hoping that the police is going to remain they are going to remain non-partisan in this process. At any rate, like my most respected elder brother said, Edo people are not the kind of people.
All right, Mr. Martins, I'm sorry, I might just need to leave you because you're pressed for time.
We will defend our vote. We will defend our vote. I can assure the Edo people that the vote will count, because the PDP has the capacity and has
I'm sorry, Mr. Martins, we are pressed for time. I might just need to leave you for now. Let me go to Dr. Ogieva on this one. Dr. Ogieva, there are concerns around the security and also, if at all, the elections will go hitch-free. I would just like your opinion on this, given what we've seen in the past in the state and what, of course, you project happening.
Well, I'm not a pessimist, but what I know about APC is that it's not going to be history. As you can see, they've gone to certain extent, to drive home their anger. They are perpetually angry. And you come to Edo, they are not campaigning. They are depending on the so-called, quote-unquote, federal bank. People that are not campaigning, but they want to win election. What extent do you think they are going to go? So I'm not that optimistic that it's going to be history. I called on the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to see Nigeria as its own. He is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Every Nigerian be it APC, PDP, Labour, APGA, whatever party, are his people. He has already won the election. He should allow democracy to prevail. He should allow one man, one vote to prevail in Edo. He should not interfere in this matter because his party members in Edo they know they've already failed. And their only hope, and which they are hanging on, is that the president or the presidency will come to their aid by rigging elections. Like my friend Olu Martins just mentioned, they started arresting PDP members. That's intimidation. That's coercion. So it is not done. They are going to go violent. We know that they are the so-called lions and tigers of Benin or Edo. If you remember very well in 2020, where some of them came out to say that the lions and tigers will unleash lions and tigers on the election if they refuse to vote for APC. And these are the same people, they are still parading. Some of the criminal elements, non-talks, are parading themselves in Edo, going to court. You see, Nigeria is so annoying that a non-talk will be allowed to even speak in a political rally. That is the case.
Okay. Okay.
So they are going to go to any extent or any length.
I'm sorry, Dr. Ogieva. We need to go.
We are also ready for that.
We need to go. We need to go. But before we go, let me just come back to Martins, just a final one. Many, have questioned, or some are asking if at all the current governor of the state, which of course is a member of the People's Democratic Party, has done so well to ensure that the party remains in leadership in the state. An opposition actually did even declare state of emergency on some of the projects, that particularly state of roads. So my question to you is this: how has the PDP fared in Edo State in this outgoing administration? Do you think that your party has done well? 30 seconds. Please, you're muted.
Yes, sorry about that.
Yes.
In fact, there really isn't anything to think about. I'm not thinking, I know that my party has done well. And I can tell you for free that for the past 20 years of my life, I have been an active non-state actor. So I am most qualified to tell you how Edo State was in the 8 years of the All Progressive Congress under Adams Oshomole's administration and how it has been under Governor Obaseki. Before now, it was sorrow, tears, and blood, where government deliberately did business with goons and thugs, and it was not in hiding. Even the governor said it himself that he had to use madmen to collect taxes, from mad. It was a chaotic mass. Like my friend would like to say, it was a political tohu bohu. We had a governor who did a project for 20 million and spent 50 million, to blow the project. Does not amaze you that the APC is campaigning with the project of governor, with the project of Senator Adams Oshomole when he was coming governor in Edo State, because there are no legacies, there are no projects. Edo State economy.
Sorry, just to make this really short, because we are pressed for time. Can you mention three major projects? Can you mention just three major projects that the PDP has done in this outgoing administration?
First of all, we have an Osiomo independent power project generating 92 megawatts of electricity. We have, a shopping mall. The ShopRite has been in comatose. The project has been in comatose. We have, ShopRite. We have 40 kilometers of optic fiber. Nobody has ever done it before. Second to the national.
So the shopping mall is also part of the project. Sorry, the shopping mall is also part of the project.
It's part of the project. It's part of the project because we had desired to have, a shopping mall of that, international standard in Edo State, and because we have not really quite had it. What about our Edo Best? I was at a program today. We have had no less than 9 states of the Federation to come and see how we have been able to run the Edo Best educational project. And for the first time in the history of a competition that was held at the national level, a state secondary school won that competition with a 10 million naira reward, and that state secondary school is from Edo State. We have never won that kind of project before. We have the largest in this state. We have an ethanol plant in this state because we have encourage people to.
I'm sorry, but we need to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, agricultural hub.
Mr. Olu Martins. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I understand we need to go. Mr. Olu Martins is actually the Deputy DG, Media and Publicity, the ASUE Ogieva, People's Democratic Party Campaign Management Council, and also Dr. Larry Ogieva is the former Commissioner for Arts and Culture of Edo State. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. All right.
With you.
All right.
Continue your program.